Buenos dias a todas. It is Sunday, the 19th of April, and I'm enjoying the sun in the backyard before I need to get to work. On this day in history, in 1775, the American Revolution begins in Lexington, Massachusetts, and it is amazing to think that it'll all be over in less than 2 months on the 4th of July. Wait a second. No, I'm getting a message through telling me that I'm an idiot who doesn't understand how history works. Still, it begins today in 1775. In 1909, Joan of Arc receives beatification by the Roman Catholic Church. In 1927, actress Mae West is found guilty of corrupting the morals of the youth and sentenced to 10 days in prison and a fine of $500. The resulting publicity launches her Hollywood career, and within 3 years, she is one of the highest paid people in the United States, just behind newspaper tycoon William Randolph Hearst. In 1967, Casino Royale, the first one, premieres. It stars David Niven and Peter Sellers, among a great many others, and it is it's very funny. I'm not sure why I've included it on this list, but it is a funny movie. And in 2018, Senator Tammy Duckworth becomes the first parent to bring a baby into the US Senate, a day after the Senate votes to allow babies on the floor. So there you go. If it's your birthday today, you share it with Dick Sargent from Bewitched, with Dudley Moore, with National Treasure Tim Curry, with Ruby Wax, with tennis player Sue Barker, and with Hayden Christensen, who is 39 years old today, if my maths is correct, which it often isn't. I struggled a bit to find a good international day today, but while poking around, it is apparently Poetry and Creative Mind Day, so it is going to take all of my willpower not to randomly quote The Wasteland on social media. And it is also a variety of made-up days like Amaretto Day, Garlic Day, and Rice Ball Day, which suggest a particularly unpleasant diet, and is World Hanging Out Day, which I was rather surprised to discover is nothing to do with getting together with your friends, which would be impossible under current circumstances, but is actually about not using your washing machine and instead putting your wet washing on an outside line, like the ones I'm looking at the moment, which sounds like a lot of faff, but at least it's good weather for it. I don't really have anything else much to add there, apart from to apologise for the lack of Chris Penny drumming. I gave it a great deal of thought, and I weighed up the pros and cons of doing my video from the garden and finishing off my coffee with a book, or rushing upstairs to edit the drumming in, and I decided that the lazy option that left me in the garden was better. Also, I haven't quite finished my breakfast. I am having a Quaker Oats, well, what I call a porridge pot, and what I imagine some of my friends would call an unspeakable sub-ready Beck abomination. But what can you do? Whew. Now's my time to remind you to take your meds, or set any notifications if you need to, and to suggest that you might want to look after yourselves and each other. And then I'm going to finish off by saying adios in Spanish. Adios.